Okay, greetings everyone. Before I get started with this video about sex, Filipino sex and the Filipino girl, let me say a couple of disclaimers. Not really disclaimers, but let me say something. If you see yourself in any of the descriptions that I am describing about these girls or that girl or you girl or whatever, or you see a picture that might you think is you, you know, it's not. What I want to tell you is that uh, I'm not going to share this on Facebook. I'm not going to share it on Facebook because I've been getting messages from Facebook saying that I'm violating their community, I guess, standards or whatever it is. I don't know what it could possibly be because I haven't put anything or haven't ever used profanity. But often at times when I share my memories, and there might be a picture in there, because sometimes I share them, don't even look at them, or a video, I just share because they already appeared on Facebook. But for some reason or other, I guess that because we're living in a woke society, that they might have woke up and said, wait a minute, this is a little bit too much. And if that be the case, say la vie, that's what it is. But there's something I want to add about this. I was in Las Vegas, and I had time sharing, and I had a time sharing in an area that I knew was going to be in the mountains. And so I love girls so much that the girl I was with, we drove all the way up to the top of the mountain. I drove as far as I can up into the sky. I want to get as close as I can, not only to the clouds, but to God, because I wanted to sacrifice this sexual encounter to God. Because I wanted to tell God, I appreciate women and woman so much, that this one's for you. so we got up on the mountains, we got naked, and we made love outside. In fact, there's a picture of me running in, naked on the road or something like that. I don't know, maybe that might be what they blocked. But it was because of my deep conviction and my love for woman that I really wanted to say thank you to God. Thank you for this lovely, lovely, beautiful creature that you created for man. So with that being said, I want you to enjoy sex and the Filipino girl as best I can. Okay? I'll be back, or I will talk to you later. Enjoy. I will always love you more, darling. Believe me that. Believe you me. I want to add something. You know, I've always kind of walked the line on things, Um, uh, and the reason I'm saying that because I'm in the Philippines. It's a different, not only different culture, but different morality. And so I know, I don't want to turn people off who I'm trying to entice, to take an interest in my projects or what have you, because of my talking on the topics that I talk on. So it's always a fine line that I have to walk. I can't be as blunt. I can't curse the way I want to curse. I can't say what I want to say truly, because why? Because I respect the Filipinos, and I respect their culture. I respect their country, and I respect myself. So keep that in mind. That and also don't forget to subscribe and ring the bell, please. I need more subscribers. Okay? So, with that being said, let's continue on with the video. Okay, greetings everyone. Welcome to Gerard, Black in the Philippines with the truth. You know, I've been teasing you about sex in a Filipino girl, so I thought maybe I have been mulling it over how to approach this topic, other than just diving right into it. So what I decided to do was have this kissing after dark kind of segment for you. Okay, but you know how I get started. I usually start with the Filipino Ripple Tango, which I've cut back on it a lot because of calories, because I weighed the heaviest I've ever weighed in my life, and I'm not very happy with that. I mean, I'll lose it. It's not a problem. It has been a problem, but I'll get over it. So I'm not drinking tonight. And playing music is always a coin toss. If it'll be played or not played, if it'll knock my monetization off or what have you. So what I wanted to do is I want to start you off with this song, of course. And this song, I'm going to try to give you an idea what it is, what these are. Okay? So I'll hear it and you can suffer through my voice. You know, love, baby, makes the world go round. And our love, baby, it makes the seasons go up and down. It makes the tree grow tall. And the most important thing of all, it makes a boy and girl. Yo, let it feel so fine now. Without love, baby, the fire was just in vain. Without love, trees, baby, the birds just wouldn't sing. Oh, yeah. Okay, you get the idea with that. So let me go on with this little video here. You know, what kind of girl are you looking for? What kind of girl makes you happy? Do you have a certain style, a certain type, a certain look, a certain attitude? Are you looking for that ride or die chick? Are you looking for someone you can just love? Loving you. See, here in the Philippines, you know, with girls, it's wonderful if you can find a girl to love you. But love is not so much what it's about here in the Philippines, more so than it is companionship. You see, right away, it's a companionship union with the Filipino girl. You know, she'll be there for you in all aspects, in all her duties, in all her ways. And what you give her comfort. You give her security. And although most girls, you know, around the world want that, but here in the Philippines more so because it means so much more than what it would be to an average girl in say like in America. But you can't, you know, have a relationship with a Filipino girl like you would in the U.S. Mostly because they aren't as spoiled, they aren't as ruined as they are in the United States.
Sick of you. Get out. What are you talking about? Get out. No, stop. Get.
First of all, it was my money that started the damn business. Now, you think I'm with you for the money? I'm with you because I love you. But you too damn stupid to see it. I was with you when you didn't have a dime. And I've always been there for you. Not afraid to let you shine. It's a damn shame when you women are so used to losing, you don't realize when you've won.
Now, the certain type of girl are you looking for? Are you looking for a girl with big breasts? Are you looking for a girl with fat asses? Are you looking for wild, crazy, colored hair kind of girl? You know, well, if you are, you're not going to find that here in the Philippines. Philippine girls here are, you know, I've been with a lot of women, a lot, a lot. You know, no Lance the romance, mind you, but I romanced a lot with my Lance, I guess you might say. You know, and I always had the saying that, you know, I may not have a girl 20 times, but I at least try to have them all once. And you know, I'm a kind of guy that when I get with a girl, a girl who I chose to be the one, because it's all about choosing. You know, you know, I'm loyal to her. I would stay with her.
Your lover. So impetuous, but nice.
Now, I've been a manager, player.
Church, y'all. I'm just so glad to have everybody to come out here to T and JJ to celebrate this historical weekend. Players do rule. Playerettes, they do rule.
You know, and I want to tell you a story first. I'll tell you a story. You know, there was this mosquito, and he was flying through the jungle, and he was so horny. He was flying and he was masturbating or lolo, as they say here in the Philippines. He was low, upside down, and he was flying crazy and zigzags, and he was, oh, I gotta get me some for JJ. I gotta get some for JJ. And he looked down and he saw this female elephant. This female elephant that was just grazing under this coconut tree. And he saw the JJ, he said, oh, and he flew right down on for JJ. And he started, like this. And a coconut fell on the elephant's head. And the elephant went, wah, like this. And the mosquito said, suffer, baby, suffer. The reason I tell that joke, because as far as I'm concerned, all you peaches out there have been that female elephant to me. I've had to learn how to utilize what I have the best way I can, whereas, we both got what we wanted, whatever we had, that that coupling together. And the Filipino girl is built small, a lot of them. I'm always I'm always like starstruck when I see a tall Filipino girl. I gotta stop and I look. I said, wow, look at that Filipino girl. Look how tall, because she's so unusual, and see a Filipino girl with, with breasts is there are few and far between. Most of them are have a certain style, a certain body type about them that they don't jump out like that. So um, I've had Filipino girls that were, it's funny because I was looking at all the pictures yesterday of all the girls I've had since I had in the Philippines. And yes, I got pictures. I'm a photographer. I take pictures of all of them. And I was just flashing back. I wish I could show them to you. I'll probably put a couple up here, masked, of course, so you can't see who they are. But you know, um, I had one that who I was absolutely amazed. I was, you know, it's hard to talk about this subject. It's hard. Oh, you like my fashion statement? I love this shirt. Excuse me. But it's hard to describe. You know, you know, if you're a cat dude and you're able to, you know, as we say, break them. You know what I'm saying? More power to you. But the Filipino girl is, is 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 you can break them, but I don't believe they're gonna stay around too long because I think it's just too painful for them. I've had a girl and I was trying to talk to, and she said, "No, you're too big, you're too big." I said, "Wait, that's not me. That's the other black guy. I'm not that big. I got sweet dick." You know what I'm saying? And for those of you who don't know what sweet dick is not big, not small. It's sweet. You know what I'm saying? I was in San Francisco one time, and I was walking, and this girl came up to me. It was very, very, mysterious, like a Twilight Zone type of thing, like in Alfred Hitchcock or in the London fog. In the mist, you see a shadow coming out of the fog, and this girl said to me, she says, "Do you have 9 inches or more?" And for the life of me, I don't know why I didn't say yes. I said no. She said, "Oh, okay." So, so, so ever since then, when I saw her, I said, "Hey, 9 inches or more." And she was a lesbian, so it was funny, And I've been with lesbians. I've had lesbian contests with two lesbians as far as headshot, and I won, which is a beautiful thing, But yeah, so I know once I was walking, I was driving my car, and this girl was walking across the street, and you could tell she had too much to drink. She was like, oh, like this, and so she approached the car. Said, "You want to ride home?" She said, "Yeah." So she got in the car, and so I drove her home, and she was drunk and like this. And when I got her home, I laid her down in the bed, and she got, you know, I got her a dress, and I had sex with her. And then she was still passed out. So what I did, I took off all her jewelry. I took off all her jewelry and necklace and all that stuff, and I left. About a day later, I went back to her house. I said, "Here." I said, "I can't take this. That's not me." I said, "I apologize," and I gave her back her things. She was very happy. What kind of thanks I got? I pulled two girls, and they were supposed to work for me. I was supposed to manage them, and I needed a place to stash them. So I took her to her house and said, "Here, stash these two girls here." I said, "I'll be back in about a day or so, and I'll take them off your hands." So she said, "Okay." When I came back, "They don't want to go with you. They don't want to go." I said, "What?" I said, "You flip on me like that?" I said, "Wow." And it's funny because, there have been times when I remember once I was walking and this girl and I'm talking to this girl here, and I see another girl in the distance, two girls walking, and so we're sitting there talking. We're just looking, just not looking at them, we're looking in that direction. And so one of them started walking fast, and she was, and she got to a little run, and she ran up to me, and she threw her arms around me and say, "Oh, G, I've been looking for you. Oh, G, I've been looking for you." And I'm like, "Oh, okay." I believe in you too. I didn't know this girl from a can of paint, And so she said, "You don't remember me, do you?" I said, "No, I don't remember." She said, "Remember we were in a room and and you were in the bathtub? I said, oh, stop right there. Stop right there. When she mentioned the bathtub, I knew that we had been together. Because that was my MO. Whenever I got a girl, I would go to the bathroom, I would take a bath, and she would sit on the toilet, and we would talk, and I would get to know her, and then she would come in the bath, and that was the whole thing, and then we'd take off from there. And same thing happened to me here in the Philippines. Me and I were sitting down, and we were, having lunch. We were eating, and we were down by the boulevard. The boulevard is, in Dumaguete, it's a coastal walk that they jog and all that stuff around by the ocean. And so we're sitting there eating, and I looked up, and I saw this girl walking toward me. And Mia saw her first. And then as she's getting closer, she put what she's carrying on the ground, and she starts running, and she throws her arm around me like this. And like, oh. And then I recognized who it was. It was a girl named Lovely. I said, oh, hi, how are you doing? And it's being memorable. I was like, I was very flattered. That's just how it is. Like I said, a lot of girls who I've been with, I wouldn't say still jump at the opportunity to be with me. But one of the reasons is because of how I treated them. I love girls, and when I'm with them, I love them. I make them feel like they are the only woman in the world. There's no one else but them. And a lot of women don't get that feeling, as being special, as being unique, as being wanting to be ravaged. And to me, I make them all feel that way in the moment. Because you see, to me, girls, it's about getting to know who they are. A lot of girls, I think are overlooked as far as who they are and just what they have. And I've always wondered, see, there's two ways how you can control a peach. You can control her by power fucking, or you can control her by controlling the mind. And I've always been one of those who control the mind. So in order to control the mind, you have to get to know the girl. You have to talk to her. You have to get her to open up. You have to get her to get you to share. You have to get her to tell you that deep, 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 dark secret that lays deep down inside her. And when she devours that, it's like, yes, you have her, because, it's all about trust and being willing to give, but here in the Philippines, they don't, it's hard to say the culture is so different, with relationship. Sometimes I think, I was talking to a guy yesterday, and we said, because let me get something straight. I love girls. I love looking at girls. I'm a photographer, and I can appreciate the beauty that God has created in woman. I don't care what size she is. I don't care what color she is. I don't care anything else other than I look at the fact that she's a woman, and with that, God has granted you certain powers that if you can hone it right and use it right, you can control the world. And the same thing, like, there are some men I mean, my God, if I had 9 inches or more, I think I would rule the world, baby. Let me tell you, I rule the world, be in jail, or either have AIDS. Because, I would slung that thing like it's a motherfucker, motherfucker. But, you know, I think don't get me wrong, I have run from I have run from some girls. I've had some girls that want me and say, oh, honey, oh no, oh no. Why should I waste your time or mine? you it's not going to be something that that um, that you're going to come throwing rocks at my window in the middle of the night for. But I've always, every girl who I've been with and had a serious relationship with, you know, I can pick up the phone now and call, and they will be happy to hear from me. We can talk. There's no anger, no animosity. You know, because I learned in relationships that I used to I used to move under this belief that no one man can satisfy one woman, and no one woman can satisfy one man. But what we do is that we settle. We settle what you have, and I settle what you have. And now there'll come a time when she might get up in the morning and you hear that foot hit the floor, boom, like that. And you say, oh, so what's wrong, baby? Nothing. I say, okay, nothing. Go ahead to sleep. Later on that day, you hear slamming closet, boom. Slamming a drawer, boom. And you say, oh, wait a minute, baby. Something's wrong. What's bothering you? What is troubling you? And she might turn to you and say, baby, I love you like my next breath. I love you like my next breath within a breath. But I'm not getting, And so he's like, wow, you're not getting, huh? She says, no, it's driving me crazy. And so, in a perfect relationship, you would say, okay, baby, what is it you're missing? What is it you want? What are we going to do about it? Are we going to you want to take your ring off your finger and go out for a night and just forget you're married and, scratch that itch? Do you want me to come with you? Do you want me to be a part of what it is that you're going through, so this way we can overcome this together? What is it you want to do? Okay. And whatever you decide to do, let's do it so this way we can go on with our happy marriage relationship. The only problem is that, ladies, is that one day your man may get up and boom, he might hit his foot on the floor very hard. And you say, baby, what's wrong? Nothing. And he might go in the bathroom and open up the medicine cabinet, slam, boom, or the drawer, boom. You say, baby, something's bothering you. What is it? He might turn to her and say, baby, I love you like my next breath within a breath. Oh my God, I love you so much. But I'm not getting, and I miss it so much. And for a guy, he might have the most gorgeous, gorgeous girl. I mean, knock down, drag out, gorgeous girl. But he said, baby, I want a big, fat, sloppy girl with big boobs and fat ass, and I just wanted to, I miss that, baby. I miss that so much. And so she might say, okay, what do you want to do? You want to take your ring off, go out and have your fling? Do you want us to go together? And I watch and or I participated, and you can overcome this, whatever it is you're going through. But whatever you need to go through, let's go through it together. So this way we can go on with our happy marriage. Now, to me, that would be a perfect relationship. Because often the time in a relationship, you know, when strays, you know, for what is the reason? Opportunity knocks? No, I don't think so. I think when you start thinking about infidelity, I think it's something that goes on in your head long before the action happens. You know. Now, I don't know. I started this by saying I love girls. You know, I love looking at asses. You know, I think it's just such a divine, you know, enjoyable thing. I was telling you that I was sitting with this guy, and yesterday, and we were looking at, you know, he has a girlfriend. You know, Mia's right there. You know, like this. So we're looking, and then I said, you know what? I do not think Filipino men really appreciate the beauty in a Filipino woman. And he's like, huh? No, I don't. You know, it's like it's like if you're always around cows, you know, then then you don't see one cow from another. They're all cows, you know. But there's just you know. I had a girl once. Let me tell you this. I had a girl once, and she was very good, but to get a headshot from her, you know, no matter how well I washed, you know, or how clean I was, because I'm always clean, because I never take care of it. I use a Fifi rag. Those of you who don't know what a Fifi rag is, I'll tell you. You know, she always felt the need to wash it again before she commenced the headshot. And the scrubbing, it's like, damn. She's like, give me an industry scrub, like going into surgery. I'm thinking, now the last thing I want to do after she finishes cleaning it is it's going to turn because it's like, wow. I said, it really can't be that bad for you to abuse me like that. But when she finished it, you know, my little turtle was ducked in, shell down, zipped up, like that. But she had a way about her that you know brought it all back. And the amazing thing is about her is that she would always say, me first. Meaning that she wanted the climax first. And I'm like, oh, okay. Now I'm faster than a speeding rocket. more stronger than a locomotive for 3 minutes, you know, like that. But it was amazing, you know, it was amazing, you know, to see her, you know, enjoy herself, you know, like that, and have her, you know, climax like that. It was like, wow. It was wow, you know. You know, I had one Filipino girl who, and I've had it happen in the past, but never from a Filipino girl, and she squirted. I said, wow. I mean, it was something that I never would have expected her to do, or have happened. And, I was just like so in love with this. Sometimes, the way you are able to make someone feel is just as attracting. It's addicting, like addicting. And she was squirting. I was like, wow, that was so much. I had one Filipino girl who I was in a hotel with her, and often the time what I do is I play music. I always bring my music with me, and often the time I can judge, how long I'm with the girl by how many songs I played. And this girl was giving me a headshot, and it's like 7 songs. 7 songs. She did not stop. And I was like, wow, 7. And did not make you feel like, oh, you're putting me out. American Girl be well, will you have me out? Oh, will you come on? That kind of pressure makes a guy go, oh, really? Oh, you know what? Like that. But for 7 songs, non-stop. And I was like, wow. I just lay there and just, it's my third song. Seven songs. Wow, that's a Filipino. That she was down, as we say, down for her crown. So yeah. So that was one. But yeah. It took a long time for me to find a Filipino girl that I could headshot to climax. But you know, you gotta remember, Filipino girls are concubines. They call it. You are a man, and you must never forget that. You know, wake up in the morning. There's nothing like a good morning headshot. That's a beautiful thing. But and giving them headshot, I'm very good at what I do. Very, very good. And but it's I had the saying: if you have a Filipino girl, if you're not making love to her every day or every other day, no 3 days should pass without tapping that ass. You know. But I understand companionship. I understand. I understand having someone. You know. And there's nothing like having a young girl in your arm, or looking at camel toe all day. You know, there's nothing like that. You know, when I was going out, that place called Why Not, and at the end of the night, the girls, the working girls, the street entertainers, if they haven't got somebody outside the club, inside the club, they'll try to snag someone on the way home who hadn't scored inside and say, hey, can I go with you like this, whatever. And me, I've always prided myself, I guess, on, you know, uh, not being one of those, I don't want to say suckers, but one of those guys who would always get pulled or you know, talked into something, and next thing you find out with a lady boy or something like that. So anyway, I would see a girl, she would come over to me, and I know what she wants. So to save face, I said, "Look, have you eaten?" She says, "No." I said, "You want some barbecue?" I said, "Yes." She said, "Come on." So I get on my bike and drive down and eat barbecue. And we're eating and I'm talking, about our family like this, like this. So we finish eating, and so I said, "Okay, so what are you gonna do?" Well, I said, "What are you doing?" So she says, "Well, I'm trying to make some money." I said, "Oh, okay." How much? She might say. Well, she said 1,000. I said 1,000. I said, "Okay, okay, okay. You want 1,000?" I said, "I tell you what. I can give you 1,000, but if I give you 1,000, you're gonna work very, very, very hard for that 1,000. You understand what I'm saying? I'm gonna work your ass. Or I can give you 500 and take you home." She said, "What? You give me 1,000 pesos and I have to work very hard? Or you give me 500 and you take me home?" I take the 500 and go home. I say, "Smart girl." And that's what I do. Come on, I'll take it home. Because you see, in relationships, you have to know when it's over. You have to know when you have to be able to say, "Okay, baby, stop. Let's just stop. Stop." We've taken this relationship as far as we can, you know. So why don't we stop here while we're still friends and we still love each other? You know, why try to fight to keep something that's not going to that's not going to work, or it's not going to last? We know that we're not happy, or it's starting to get to that point where something is wrong that can't be fixed.
Oh, please, just stop it. Stop and think about what you're doing. Please.
Don't do it! I know what I'm doing! God damn you, I know what I'm doing. I'm leaving. My wife hasn't left me a choice.
Oh, Frank.
I had a girlfriend. Her name was Cookie. When I worked at Ford Motor Company. And Cookie. She was the finest girl in the whole plant. I mean, everybody wanted Cookie. And I had the job in trim. Cookie would put the back windshield with a machine on the back of the car, and then she would put glue around it. She had to lean against the window and put glue around it like this. And I would be inside pulling the string to suck the rubber to the frame of the car. So all day, 8 hours a day, I was looking at Cookie, pressing those breasts against the window. I was like, oh, wow. What a job. So anyway, Cookie and I ended up having a relationship together. And we were such a mismatch that we told people that we were cousins because no one would believe that Cookie had chosen me and I was going with Cookie. And so,
Who does she think she is?
That's my sister, baby. And she's a whole lot of woman.
Cookie and I ended up in an apartment together. We got an apartment together. But before we got an apartment, I'm going to tell you something. Cookie was so fine that before we had sex, I would go in the bathroom and I would bust one out. because I couldn't last more than 2 minutes inside Cookie. The Cookie was just, oh my God, wow, like that. And that was how, what I would do with Cookie. So anyway, so we ended up getting an apartment together, nice apartment, on 101st and Amsterdam, right across the street from the police base. Things were going fine. We bought an old English sheepdog. Let me tell you, beautiful dog. So anyway, so Cookie's husband called her, or the father of her kids. She had 2 teenage daughters, and Cookie came to me and said, Gerard, can my daughters move in with us? You got 2 teenage daughters? I said, no, no, no way. And so she said, okay, well, you know, we have to separate. I said, okay, Cookie. I said, okay. Now, whenever I separated with a girl, it's like, okay, what do you want? We'll split 50-50. In this incident, I said, do you want the apartment or you want the car? I had a 71 Mark V Lincoln Continental sunroof, just dropped the new engine in it. Baby boy, I was rolling. You know what I'm saying? That thing was white with black, with a black top. It was nice. And so Cookie said, okay, she'll take the car. So I said, okay, Cookie. It broke my heart. I said, okay, you take the car, I keep the apartment. Okay. So she moves back to Jersey City, and she's living there with her teenage daughters. So this is the Memorial Day weekend, so I'm walking in the park, and I got my old English sheepdog with me. And man, let me tell you, girls used to come from around the pond to come pet Granada. That's what his name was, Granada. And this one Italian girl, her name was Paola. And I pulled her. So Paola came over to my house, and so, you know, she spent the weekend, you know. So for some reason or another, Cookie came over, and she wanted to come in the apartment. I said, no, Cookie, you can't come in the apartment. She said, no, I want to come in the apartment. I said, no, Cookie, you don't live here anymore. You can't come in the apartment. So Cookie peeked ahead and saw that I had Paola in there. And I lived on the 15th floor, and you could hear her all the way down. He's got a white woman in my apartment, a white woman in my apartment. Like that's how she was. So anyway, so after that settled, I went to go visit her in East Orange or in Jersey City, and I saw my Lincoln Continental up on blocks. They had stripped it and all that stuff. I was like, it broke my heart to see that car like that. But the point I was making was that most of my relationships that I've been in, you know, we ended amicably, you know, because I never fought to stay in a relationship. I never fought to make someone want to love me or want to stay with me or you know, I wanted to, you know, it just wasn't in me to me. It just wasn't in it to me, in me. It just wasn't in it, in me, you know, to feel that I need, you know, I need to go that route as far as having someone. You know, if you didn't want to be with me, you know, why would I try to make you stay? You know, I don't want nobody that doesn't want me. You know? And you know, it happens a lot. And, you know, but be it as it may, you know, I always just say, look, let's stop here as friends. That's why I can pick up the phone now and call them and say hi, and they'd be happy to hear from you, because we didn't have that animosity or that hatred or that I hate you type of ending of a relationship. We just parted as friends, and that's how you do it. And you know, I've always been kind of like an undercover lover. You know, girls who've been with me, I don't want to admit that they've been with me, or girls who be with me like to creep to be with me. You know, I still got text messages from girls who still want to be with me from the experience that they experienced with being with me. You know, which is okay. I had a girl once, and I don't know why I waited this late in life for this to have happened. This girl came to me and she said, Gerard, I have a friend. She hasn't had sex in 15 years, and I wanted to have sex with you. I said, what? I said, what? I said, what? Filipino girl. You see, I think Filipino girls I'm not going to say sneaky, but Filipino girls are, you know, very careful. Not all of them. No, not all of them. You know, I'm just saying that because, you know, some of them like to creep. You know, some of them creep. And oh yeah, and what did I do with the girl who had had sex in 15 years? What would you do if a girl came to you and said that she hadn't had sex in 15 years, but her friend brings says, I want her to have sex with you? What would you do? Okay, exactly. Okay. I remember once I was with this other player. We were in this club, and the girl dancing. She was a gorgeous blonde girl, and she was dancing. And every time she came off the stage, she would come over to our table, and she would sit, and I would be talking, making her laugh, all that stuff like this, and my partner was just sitting there. He was just sitting there, just chilling, just sitting, not saying a word. So this went on for a little while, and finally she got off work, and she came and she sat down at the table, and I said, okay, which one of us you taking home? And she said, him. I was like, oh, really? So I was like, I was just a clown. I was just someone of you just getting wet. Is that it? So the dude said, yo, G, I haven't got any money. And I said, oh yeah, I know. She picked the broke one, didn't she? And said, look, he says, here. He took off his gold ring. He gave me his gold ring and said, here, hold this for me and let me have $5 so this way, you know, I can catch the BART and go home. So I said, okay. So I gave him $5. I didn't have any place to stay that night, but a friend of mine gave me a number and said, look, if you ever get stuck in San Francisco, call my brother and tell him I took the call and he'll put you up for the night. So I said, oh, okay, cool. So I called the number. Sure enough, his brother said, okay, come over. So I went over there and you know, and he let me spend the night. So I got up to go into the bathroom, and the ring, boop, fell off my finger, went boop, 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 and disappeared into the toilet. And all I said was, c'est la vie, that's it. Gotta go. So, you know, women are very, very strange, but, you know, she picked the one that, you know, yeah, I guess she wasn't up for any more laughter that night. She was up to just getting pounded that night. I want to throw this in here. You know, sometimes like, I've had a girl who didn't want to have a headshot. No. And you say, you know, I said, wait, this is what I enjoy doing. Let me give you a headshot like this. No, I don't have. I said, okay, look, I'll tell you what. Can you count backwards? Yeah, I can count backwards. I said, okay. Count backwards from 200 down to 1. When you get to 1, I will stop. And really? I said, yeah. Because, you know, most of the time when you're meeting a girl or something like this, one thing that she doesn't want to do is make you think that she's enjoying it. They'll lay on their back and count the dots on the ceiling like that, look out the window. But with her counting from 200 down to 1, she has to concentrate. And let me tell you, that's going to get fixed next time you see this. So let me tell you, to see them go from I don't want to, I'll tell you what, There's only one time, now I'm being honest, only one time a girl made it down to one. All the rest got what they thought that they couldn't get from me. I still remember. I used to still remember. That's a beautiful thing. Okay, I'm gonna stop right here. We'll talk more about sex in the Filipino Girl. Put some pictures up. Okay, you're watching Gerard, Black in the Philippines. Remember, dreams are nothing more than plans awaiting action. Never disrespect the elder always pulls one up. And sometimes you're the only one to see a vision. And the best revenge in life is to live good. I'm living good today. I hope you are too. And if you're lucky enough to have a woman, like Ali Woodson formerly singer of Temptation One song, treat her like a lady. And ladies, if you're lucky enough to have a good man like me, make me feel like a king. And you know, love. Oh, wait, I end with this song. I wanna do it to you all the time, alright. Cause when we do it, girl, it's so divine, alright. I wanna do it to you everywhere, alright. That's how I'm trying to connect. In a chair, anywhere, alright. I always love you more, peace.